Hello. Say hello. Say hello. Hello. We got a Jupiter retrograde coming up. It's not going to begin for a little bit of time, but we got to kind of go over some of the degrees, right? It's Jupiter retrograde in the sign of Taurus. So I'm going to throw some dates up real quick and then we'll do another video to do the deeper dive, which tracks us through the Jupiter rerun zone because it goes retrograde back to a degree that had already talked about, had already been at, had already been mulling values and looking at values, and then it goes forward. So the thing will be, where are those degrees in your chart? And we pay attention to those degrees because degrees are dates. And we pay attention to those degrees because degrees, the degrees in Taurus, everybody has Taurus in their chart somewhere. We all have every sign somewhere in our chart. That's right. 12 signs in the zodiac. You as a human being, a living, breathing entity, have all 12 signs of the zodiac as a part of your life, even though normally we only talk about our birthday, our sun sign. I know it's crazy, but that's not really talking about who we are completely, which then brings in all the areas of, God, there's something missing. I'm confused. Right. There's a whole lot missing. There's a whole lot of confusion. So once you kind of get your mind wrapped around the idea that you're not just your birthday and you're not just your moon sign and you're not just your rising sign, because those could be three different things, right? Right. So getting back to the Jupiter thing, going retrograde through Taurus, banking, money, my values, love, my desires, my creature comforts, Taurus energy. Think of the earth and the values of the earth. What do we value? What does the earth give us as living, breathing beings? What do we receive? Keyword receive from the earth. Holy shit. Everything. Everything. The earth is our life. So, looking at the Jupiter retrograde, looking at the degrees in which it goes back over. Remember, degrees are dates, which means these dates will also coincide with the dates in your life, meaning where were you on this day? What happened at this time? What happened during this cycle, this period? What were you mulling over? What were you considering? What did you feel like you were maybe confused about? Were there some things that might have been exaggerated? Something to do with perhaps with money and income and values, love, my partner, my spouse, my desires, right? My desires. Jupiter being in Taurus will expand upon those things. Some of you may have received a lot, may have been like, oh my God, I'm being showered with gifts, because Venus rules Taurus and Venus loves gifts. Venus is like, show me the gifts, the shoes, the purses, right? If you're a masculine energy, it's like, yeah, baby, where's the beautiful watches, right? Maybe a nice hat, right? Think of all the accessories, right? I might go get my nails and my hair done, my eyebrows done, might get a pedicure, right? Get a massage. That's Venus. Shopping, food, going out to eat. This is all Venus and Taurus, right? Venus rules Taurus. This is all that stuff. The five senses. That's why it's the five senses. You see, so the Taurus themes really touch on so much that have to do with our life. Okay. So looking at a Jupiter retrograde tells us, holy crap. If Jupiter is in Taurus, it kind of expands upon things. It makes them go big. It makes them bigger. It maybe even just exaggerations. It's possible. Jupiter can go large, go bigger, go home, but it can also be, okay, that was a little inflated. Like I looked at them books and I was told they were one way, and then I took another look at them, and guess what? They might not have been as wonderful as it looked the first time. You follow? There could be a little bit of that. Jupiter, not so much about being a liar, but is very idealistic energy. Very idealistic. It sees the big pictures, and it may have a tendency to overlook the minutia and the details. And not that the details are the only thing that matters, but sometimes if you miss certain details, think of a contract. You're going to, you could be in a whole lot of, oh my God, I wish I had gotten a professional to look at the details for me, right? So the details do matter. but it's the whole picture. And that's what Jupiter's really good at, taking all those details and then creating, like, okay, so what's the story here? What does this mean at the end of the day? And that's Jupiter. It then, with all the information, with all the details, it makes a judgment. Judges Jupiter. Right. Judges. Unconscious judgments. It can also be religion and spirituality and our values and money. Is that the only thing we value? How can we inject some spirituality into the material and the tangible? How can we do that? Or is it all just only material and money and food, like income and greed? And oh, that's where it's at, baby. Or is Jupiter going to bring in the spiritual, inject it into the material, and raise it up? That would be a really beautiful way of that energy expressing. It would be super, super awesome. So, a Jupiter retrograde in the sign of Taurus. The retrograde begins on September 4th, 2023, at 15 degrees in the sign of Taurus. 15 degrees. The next video, we will talk about what is where. We'll throw up the chart and we will discover together as we walk through each chart where Jupiter goes back to, because that degree that it goes back to, let me just give you a little bit of a spoiler alert. It's an eclipse point. Yeah, it's an eclipse point. So it's actually going to be a big deal. So we will do a deep dive and we'll talk about it. Stay tuned. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.